Martin, welcome to episode 123 of Illuminating Rounds. Happy Christmas, happy almost New Year. How you doing?
Yeah, good, thank you. Yeah, happy Christmas to you too. Yeah, I've had quite a nice Christmas. A bit stressful as it always is with when you have family around, that people you just wouldn't naturally put in the same room, and I'm the one managing it. But yeah, it was good.
Presumably
no
this
instance, very little violence.
I was going to say an argument about the IIFT or what was.
Oh yeah, we always have that old chestnut every Christmas. Yeah.
Yeah, it's all good. Did you get any ASL related presents?
Well, I'll tell you what I did get, although it wasn't technically a Christmas present. Was I got World in Flames from an old friend. I think we're probably going to talk a bit about that later.
Yeah, we are. So we can talk about it now. So in the last tournament that we were at, I was chatting to Craig Ben, who is a very good high level. I mean, he's high level at everything he does, isn't he? Really, that guy is annoying. But he was talking a lot about World in Flames, and we've talked before about playing a grand strategy game, trying to figure out something. So we've picked up a copy of World in Flames to kind of poke around with. I mean, once you've done ASL, everything else is relatively straightforward, isn't it? I think,
This does take some getting your head round. I mean, it does take a bit of getting your head round, definitely.
It's like everything in terms of, just like ASL, I think, people talk about ASL, we've talked about this before. We've been at wargame conventions, non-ASL wargame conventions, and I've mentioned ASL to players, and they have this view of it being this behemoth kind of crazy system that you just can't get your head around. You have taken players that know nothing, literally nothing about the game, pretty much, and you've had them play a whole scenario, and they pretty much get it. Obviously, I know that, to quote me on this one, the devil's in the details. Yeah, it's a good pun for today's scenario. But there is a lot of extra kind of bits and pieces that we've got to kind of figure out. And obviously, it's the same with something like World in Flames, where the base combat is pretty much like close combat in ASL. I mean, it's not dissimilar. A few extra results and stuff like that, but work out your ratios. Do it. But of course, it's all the stuff around it. When do nations come into war? What is zone of controls looking like? Are things in supply? All that fun and games. But we're going to have a little look at that as well. But we won't.
It looks really good. Looks really fun. Can't wait.
Yeah, it's a whole set of new counters to clip. That's the fun. What was interesting to me, so you can buy World in Flames the deluxe version, which is the latest version with pretty much all the counters that you're going to need for all the optional extras. There's a few optional extras that you don't get, like the Days of Decision game, which is like the prequel game, and some other bits and pieces. But you can buy it for £130 on the Australian ADG website, and it was, I think, an extra £35 or so to ship, and that was it. There was no extra tax. I think it came from Germany, so it came in about a week and a half, and that's comparable to, a Slaughter at Ponyri or a Twilight of the Reich or something like that. And it kind of shows you. Now, I appreciate this is a reprint, and I appreciate that this is not like new IP, so they haven't had to invent new maps or anything like that to do things with.
Yeah.
But it does give a very unfavourable, in ASL terms, kind of view. We've always said, the amount of playability that a scenario pack gives you, even when we look at kind of the high prices. And we've talked about scenario packs at £40 for 10 scenarios. And of course, £4 a scenario is ridiculously cheap. So there's a big dichotomy, is it? I don't know. In terms of we understand that £4 to play a great scenario is great value for money.
Yeah.
£40 for a scenario pack for 10 scenarios feels like a lot of money, which, there's the kind of confusion.
It's true.
And then people definitely. So at the ASL tournament that we were at in Blackpool in November, more than one person talked to me about not buying Slaughter at Ponyri and Twilight of the Reich, and these were players that are very, very, very into ASL. So these are tournament winners, or they are these are not guys that have just picked up the hobby and are a bit dilly dallying.
Yeah.
And I just assumed that everybody, just from an official standpoint, if you were that enfranchised like perhaps you and I are. Now, you haven't bought, I don't think you've bought Slaughter at Ponyri, have you?
No, but I probably will buy it.
Yeah.
But it Yeah, definitely kind of like spreading out the costs of things, because I had a couple of action packs to pick up, and and a few other bits and pieces, and that was like £130 or something.
Right.
So yeah, no, I think I probably will get it at some point in the future.
Okay.
But it's low urgency for me. But
No, and
because
I
I'm
think,
not going to get around to play it big time, like a big campaign.
right.
So
No, exactly that. So I was going to say that.
yeah,
So it's interesting to me that like really enfranchised players of ASL aren't buying this kind of stuff because of the cost of it.
yeah,
And I appreciate that money is tight for a lot of people these days. It's there's no question.
It's interesting, but World in Flames. I mean, you were saying to me that there's an estimate that it'll take a year playing once a week for a day to play the full campaign. Which at that rate, it's less than £1 a day.
Yeah.
And that's if you only ever play it once, isn't it?
Right.
It's good value for what you've got there.
Yeah, and we can make the same argument for Slaughter at Ponyri and Twilight of the Reich and things like that.
Yeah.
So absolutely right.
But realistically, if you play Slaughter at Ponyri, you might play the campaign game once. There's the limit to this. There's lots of things to do in ASL, isn't there?
Yeah.
I suppose. I guess that's one of the wonderful things about it, isn't it? There is such a huge range of things that you can do. And obviously, I suppose World in Flames. There's just World in Flames. There are different scenarios, but anyway, yeah.
Well, and then so to go to the other extreme. So my mum's Christmas present this year, we took her to the Savoy. We took her to an afternoon tea at the Savoy.
Yeah.
So I paid £130 for a plate of sandwiches, some scones, and a cup of tea. Right. So,
Wow.
Now, if I compare the two, and don't think I didn't when I was in the Savoy, would I rather be having, a board game for this? Obviously, time with your parents is very, very important. No question.
But you take them to a cheap, greasy spoon cafe,
So yeah, exactly. So for the price of a plate of sandwiches and a couple of scones and a cup of tea, you too can have World in Flames or
Slaughter at Ponyri or World in Flames. No, it's absolutely true. It's really interesting, those kinds of comparisons. I remember at university, like if you spent £20 going out, that was like a lot of money. Like we'd be drinking crazy amounts. And I remember a friend of mine saying, like, it doesn't bother me at all spending £20 going out, but like if I've spent anywhere near £20 in a food shop or groceries, it kind of drives him mad. There's this kind of, I don't know, there's some things that you just spend money on, you don't think about it, and there's some things that kind of trouble you.
Right.
So making a comparison with a few sandwiches and a cup of tea, but it's a present for your mum, so it's okay, isn't it, to spend £130?
That's fine. I would have quite happily sat there and not had anything on my plate and just watched her eat. But or just give me the crust as well. I don't mind the crust. I paid for those crusts.
I mean, those are valuable crusts, aren't they? Really, So.
They are feeding the ducks somewhere. I don't doubt in Hyde Park.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's that. Right. Today we are going to get on to round 3 of the tournament. We are actually a couple of rounds behind because this is the semi-final. We've got a bunch of games that we've all played. So it's not just 2. Devil Details was a Slaughter at Ponyri playtesting scenario. Presumably this is coming out in maybe an action pack, maybe a journal later on. We saw that one of the earlier rounds, 2F by C, made it to the journal. So I like to think that if we can give any feedback or any last minute tweaks, we can do that. We're going to not talk about the scenario because I think Tim Reed has done us a nice video. So we can jump straight into Tim's great after action report. So thanks, Tim, for doing this, and he can take it away and talk about the scenario as well. So off you go, Tim.
It is round 3 of the Illuminating Rounds 2025 Vassal Tournament, and I have drawn Doug Leslie. I have played Doug before in last year's tournament and enjoyed our play of Shouting into the Storm. So, when the scenario for the 3rd round was announced, another Slaughter at Ponyri pre-release scenario from Pete Shelling that we were playtesting, I set about preparations while Doug's laptop went for a battery replacement. Prior to side selection, I reviewed the scenario and quickly concluded the title was quite apt. This is an interesting situation, with the Russians having stark choices about their attack. There are VPs on offer in the form of the Stone Village, as well as exit VP for their infantry. The village is more easily defended and lends itself to a German fallback defence, while the opposite flank is very open with light grain and not much else in the way of positive TEM. The centre of the map features an orchard road that divides the playing area in half, presenting an opportunity for the Russian to split the German deployment. I studied the map and quickly found I had a query that ended up with a Q&A to Perry Cock. Other homework covered for the Germans was confirming that the 45L is a Russian model gun and so no APCR and read to hit numbers, revising the assault engineer and debris rules, possible positioning of bore site locations, and gunman handling. Things to know about the Russians include human waves, armoured assault, human waves including combined with platoon movement, ELR of 3 and replacement to 426s, B11 LMGs, a relatively low leader ratio, and the specifics of the Russian AFVs, which have radios, the slow turret and restricted slow turret rules, one-man turrets, and red movement points. I struggled to determine my preference, but in the end, when Doug's laptop returned to the land of the living, I opted for the Germans, not wishing to win the Russian bid and have the balance applied to increase the VP requirements. Despite my initial concerns, I had concluded a successful Russian defence was possible, if perhaps not as obvious an outcome as a German win. Doug opted for the Germans, and so I set about my defence with no balance. We rolled up a single blaze in the central wreck. I felt that time was the major challenge for the Russians. Their next one was ensuring enough units upright to get the necessary exit victory points to augment the VP available in the Stone Village. Hence, a fallback defence in the Stone Village, fire lanes covering the grain flank, and some strength in the centre to cover the road and be able to react left or right was my overall strategy. So my set-up balanced defence of both flanks, with all my MGs covering the grain flank. The centre was occupied by the 9E2 leader, medium machine gun, and the AT gun, with bore sighting in what I thought was a critical hex, E44. To reinforce one flank or the other, I would need to cover open ground, and so I deployed one of the assault engineer squads adjacent to the road to provide smoke to cover that movement. A forward half squad is deployed behind the railroad embankment to strip concealment and act as a roadblock. Doug set up his Russians to advance on the village and in the centre. To be honest, I was okay with this, as while I knew I would need to transfer troops to that flank, I was mentally ready for a fallback defence there. I was mostly concerned about a concerted attack through the centre and the grain, with the prospect of armoured assault and human wave to cover much of the ground. Doug's initial movement was up the embankment railroad, and he lost a half squad and a broken squad in his movement phase, as well as all of his concealment. His T-60 M42 stopped in the bore site hex, along with a squad, leader and LMG to cover the road. I revealed the AT gun and attempted to take the tank, but failed to hit the hull-down target. I had considered targeting the infantry, and in hindsight, not doing this was a mistake. In the main, I kept concealed. This was a decent start, and I started thinking about how to reposition my forces. In my player turn, my AT gun again failed to land a turret hit. And then I started the transfer of troops to the Stone Village, with some minor skulking and the half squad taking a gamble in hand-to-hand close combat, where despite the ambush versus a CX-527, I just missed out on a kill at 1-4 odds. I was able to bring together my 9-2 stack and the MMG to threaten his units covering the road. Doug's second turn was movement only, and I was lucky not to be punished by failing to drop my wall advantage against his bounding fire T-60. I dropped my wall advantage at that point. Another mistake, as the bounding fire threat had passed and he grabbed the wall advantage with his 527s. Fortunately, the advancing squad broke from my defensive first fire, and so again I had a chance to regain the wall advantage, and again failed to do so. Pressure mounted on my units in BB41, with the T-34 joining in the fight along with reinforcing 527s. In the middle, the Russians made slow, steady progress, moving up through the blazing wreck and light grain, where my 247 held its position. Doug advanced into or reinforced the close combats, and in BB41 the 527 was ambushed and was casualty reduced, despite one of my units opting to stay concealed and not attack. He won the other CCs. That could have gone better, I thought. In my turn 2, I prepped in the centre with success and used the opportunity to lay smoke and move units across the street, while also moving out of CC to set up my next line of defence. The unit moving out of the melee, not losing concealment, as the Russian unit there was not in good order. Doug's defensive fire was ineffective. However, my opportunity fire broke another squad in the centre. Things were looking up as I took up defensive positions for turn 3 and won the melee in the now infamous Hex BB41. In turn 3, Doug's prep fire was limited to 2 attacks on BB41, which ultimately broke the 467 there. But while passing the initial morale check, the resulting sniper killed the 8-1 in AA41. Movement ensued, and the key event was a sleaze freeze on the remaining unit in AA41, an assault engineer 548 that immobilised the T-34 in close combat reaction fire, not once, but twice. This allowed an advance of the 527s and spelt the end of the broken 467 in BB41. The 548 self-broke and routed to avoid being outnumbered in close combat. A tough choice to make, but I figured I could self-rally later. Doug's position in the stone village was gathering strength, but with 2 turns left, things were still in the balance. My player turn 3 was about getting troops into the village, and my prep fire again proved effective into EE44. This time the AT gun using its bore-sighted DRM to effect a break. While my moves resulted in some annoying pin results, nothing broke. In turn 4, Doug's only prep fire was from the immobile T-34, now with main armour malfunctioned, breaking the previously pinned 467 in the street. That was quickly followed by his T-60 DMing the broken 548 and overrunning the other, with a heat of battle result netting a hero and a fanatic 548. This was a critical turn of events, especially as the AT gun then spun and took out the T-60 with firstly a failed improbable hit and then a side hull hit with Snake Eyes on the to-kill resolution. Doug's other village units advanced to take the victory buildings and position for the final turn. In the centre, the Russians set up for a final turn sprint for the board edge, and another crucial moment came when another heat of battle sent a Russian squad berserk. This ended up with the squad being eliminated, with a failed morale check on a K result against the 9-2 leader, squad and MMG. I broke his routers strategically and I lost the CC in the main VP building. My plan in T4 was to build a wall to stop the final dash off the board in the last turn, and the SMCs had that as their task, along with the remaining 548 that popped another smoke, and the 9-2 with a squad from the centre making a wide run to avoid material fire. The SMCs were sufficient enough to make the movement factor too many for where Doug's units were currently. Elsewhere I set up for hitting his grain flank dashes in the next turn. This all worked, and it was now looking grim for the Russians. On turn 5, all Doug could do was hope for his off-board dashes to work. This was not to be, as a critical hit from the AT gun broke the grain flank runners, and the final running squad adjacent to the village also broke, so the Germans prevailed in a tight one. The game was in the balance until late in the game, but in the end the Russians had too much left to do in their last turn, and Doug had no luck when rushing the open ground to try to boost VPs to achieve a victory. There were critical moments for both sides that could have influenced the course of the outcome. If I play this again, I will again be focusing on EE44 and BB41 as key hexes for both the attacker and defender, although I would like to see how an attack across the grain would turn out. Overall, I was pleased with my approach to the game and a game plan that was flexible enough to deal with Doug's choices. It has to be said that I had the balance of luck, with Doug's dice being absent at various stages. Had this been reversed, the result may have gone the other way. This points to a balanced scenario, and I think this one is a keeper. I enjoyed the challenge of the active defence, the varied terrain, the somewhat asynchronous forces and attacking choices to combat. I am now looking forward to the final, where I will meet Tom Repetti. Thanks as always to Dave and Martin, to Doug for being a tough but fair opponent, to Pete for putting this scenario up for our enjoyment, and finally to Neil Hewlin for some great online resources.
So good stuff. Thank you very much, Tim. Excellent video as always. And that's interesting because I also am interested to see how many people attack down the grain side versus the town side.
Yeah.
We'll find out what your game and my game did.
Yeah.
We're going to take a look now at Andy Bagley and Tom Repetti, who are the other semi-final, to see who is going to play Tim in the final.
Yeah, exactly.
So
okay, so we have Tom Repetti attacking as the Russians here, and Andy Bagley defending.
Okay.
Should we start?
Yeah, do it. So a much more wider.
Yes,
wider
definitely.
Band.
Yeah. And so they're rushing up this side here. So a bit further back defence as well with the Germans on the grain side, anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, right in the German's face.
Yeah.
Nothing revealed.
Yeah.
We have to remember that we got that anti-tank gun to watch out
That's
for.
right.
See where people put that.
And that raised railroad does help a lot. Like a wall down the hex sides.
Yeah, absolutely. Helps with the approach.
Yeah.
Seems to be going heavy down the town side.
Right.
Yep. So that's the Allied turn one coming close to an end, I think. Oh, we've got some close combat. Let's have a look at that. So we have. Oh, they're still concealed. Okay.
High rolls.
This is the German. I think it must have been a
fallback.
Oh, it's a Russian win, wasn't it? Russian win.
Well, all right. Spoilers, Martin.
That's not nice. It's happened, hasn't it?
What do you mean?
You can see that. No, not the game. The close combat. Sorry, the close combat. Okay.
All right.
So yeah, Russians seem to be doing quite well at the moment. There's a fair few broken Germans already, and you had that close combat as well that went their way.
Yeah.
But
something just disappeared. Some Russians disappeared into a cloud of residual.
There's a double one there.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, he's keeping them DM, isn't he? Look at that. It's sneaky.
Yeah.
Nasty.
My little, I don't know what it is. Is it a little TKS? I don't know what those things are, but the little.
Yeah, I can't remember. Well, there's two different ones, isn't there? Yeah. So it's it's a T60 M42. Right. And then there's the T34, which is the one with the 17 movement factors, I think. Yeah. Very professional, very workmanlike, working their way through the town.
Yeah.
I just think people playing skillfully, it's kind of almost cheating. There's the gun. It's unfair on people like me.
People who think about it.
We got the encirclement. Look at that. That's
so
nifty, isn't it?
Yeah, the gun. Yeah, very. Yeah.
I had no idea that that's what was about to happen. Yeah. In fact, in a way, actually, the gun's almost better against infantry, isn't it? Because I suppose it's good against the vehicles, side shots and things like that. But it's not a very powerful anti-tank gun for the frontal armor of the T-34. Gosh.
Yeah, the Germans looking like they're going to struggle.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Everything broken there. Oh, they are real. I was wondering if they were dummies back there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Leader comes back. Ugh.
Oh, great. It's a tough game.
Yeah. And Andy's no pushover. Andy's a solid
Absolutely.
player.
Andy's a very good player. Yeah. Very good player.
Tom sent us a write-up of this. Was very gracious.
Yeah.
But yeah, it looks.
Look at
Looks
that.
like they'll have enough to overwhelm the. When that T-34 is able to run around at will back there, it's always going to be grim for the Germans.
Exactly. Yeah. But we're still only on turn 3. Mind you, Russians, because they get points for getting off as well.
Yeah, I'm surprised these guys in KK 16, KK 38, sorry, aren't sweeping across the left a bit more.
Yeah, that's a fair point. Perhaps they will in the German turn coming up. But it's difficult to see what they can do to stop this now.
Yeah. Yeah, here they come.
Yeah, here they go. Here they go. But yeah, it's even Russians sort of defending against them. They're moving, really.
Yeah. Turn 3.
Yeah.
Oof. It's a line of broken Germans. Oh.
Yeah.
Well, there they all go.
Yeah. So there's little in the way now of the. I mean, they're essentially defending, aren't they? Need to get a couple, probably get a couple of squads off or whatever.
Yeah.
And then they're good. Yeah.
Tank goes up in a blaze.
Yeah, nice.
Russians.
There isn't a CVP cap, is there, in this game? And the main armament malfunctioned on the other one. It looks like the kind of the luck is changing, but I suspect too late for Andy.
Yeah, he's back.
Well,
He's broke snake.
Yeah. He's absolutely having a go.
Oh. Yeah, I feel the
you
pain.
You got to try, haven't you? But it's I think we got to be close to a resignation.
Yeah. Oh, another one breaks there.
I think. Yeah. Yes, they're just counting up, aren't they?
All done, is it?
Yeah, that's
close combat on a double one as well. Give himself another lead.
Nasty. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Well, that's a nice attack from the Russians.
Absolutely. But it's always, I always admire that kind of, because I mean, almost thinking surely Andy's going to resign, but he attacks, and that's good gamesmanship, really.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right.
While it's possible, do it.
The next one. All right, Martin. Fella called Martin against Steve Hall here.
Yeah, it's this dodgy Martin guy.
Yeah.
Yes, I've played Steve a couple of times. I think it's probably second or third time I've played him. He's a low British player. So, right, it's very, very wide attack.
Yeah, and a very forward defence here.
And this is a very forward defence, isn't it? Yeah, so I'm not even just in grain. I didn't know if that was a good idea, but that's what I've done. So Steve starts off quite aggressively. I seem to remember. It was a while ago now.
Yeah.
I get a few breaks on him. But the tank's straight down the back.
Look at that tank go.
Yeah.
Wow.
But the guy's broke.
Yeah. Did he swing the turret then?
No, I think I was able to get a shot off at them. But I can't do anything to them.
Look at that.
Made me nervous, I've got to tell you.
Yeah.
Very nervous, yeah. But he's got a lot of broken units.
That's brave when you don't know where the gun is to go all the way around the back there, but that's good.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, very disconcerting. It actually completely unhinges me, really.
Yeah.
It does say the only thing that helps me a little bit is that he's got quite a few broken units. This is advances, and then must be coming up to my turn. Oh, we got
your defence looks very good, though. Looks very solid.
Sorry?
Yeah. Your defence looks really good. It looks like it's...
Right. Yeah. Of course, there's 3 dummies there.
Yeah.
Which, of course, makes it less solid.
Yeah. But because he hasn't attacked in force in one area, you're able to maintain that line.
Yeah.
You can't punch through it. He's kind of gone round
Definitely. And especially as, he has got so many broken units. He's weak in some places. That's true.
You went on the attack. That's a Martin move.
Right, it is, but they're dummies.
You're attacking with dummies.
I'm attacking with dummies, yeah. There's another one. Those are both dummies.
What are you doing? What's the plan here?
So I think what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to make him fire at them in his prep fire phase.
Okay.
Yeah, because those are advances into those positions.
All right.
And he opportunity fires, so that's, I guess, good enough. That's sort of what I'm hoping for. Just trying to steal a bit of time because he's basically. I think we were having a bit of a I'm not quite sure. Oh right, I think we had just having some discussion about movement.
I'm going to talk to you. Remind me to talk to you about the vassal right-click menu in a minute.
Okay.
I'm going to blow your mind.
Okay. All right.
I don't often say that, but but it's true.
Yeah. So he's coming but look, my gun there. He's attacking the tank, my position from behind with the tanks, but the anti-tank gun's getting a rear shot.
Yep.
Yeah.
And there's your gun.
Yeah. I think he's gone for close combat with the dummy.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Good job.
So it kind of worked. It was a bit of a gamble, but because of course they might achieve nothing.
Got an unconfirmed kill, is it on the?
Yeah. And the other tank's destroyed as well in close combat. Or was it? Would it have been a? I can't remember what year we are. 43. It might have been a Panzerfaust. I can't remember now. But so the tanks are kind of out at the moment. And I'm trying to close combating them as well. But he's still got every chance of sneakily capturing all the buildings at the back.
Yep.
And actually, I'm a lot weaker now than I looked before.
Right.
Yeah, tanks destroyed. So he doesn't have a huge amount of good luck.
Yeah.
Okay, so advancing. Got some wind spreading fire.
It's gusts, was it a gust there? Yeah.
It must have been. Yeah. I've got some broken units on the right-hand side. It's not great. Now, all of those units on the left-hand side, they're all real units now.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm kind of beginning to feel quite strong.
Yeah. Oh, that hurts. That breaks.
Yeah, I think that's where he resigns, actually.
Yeah.
He was just having to capture those buildings.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a very, very bold opening.
Well played. Right, let me give you a quick thing about this right-click menu that I learned this week. So, if you right-click a unit on one of your guys, like the, I don't know, whatever, you get the right-click bit, and you get an unused one as well, don't you?
Yeah.
So, what is if you right-click a unit, let's say a tank, if you've got a tank. What is in your right-click menu? I'm gonna grab a tank.
Let's get a tank out.
Yeah. Okay.
So Allied vehicle. Okay.
So here's a.
Okay.
All right.
Are we recording?
Yeah, we are recording. Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Right. So right-click and unused is clockwise.
Yeah. Now, why is clockwise in the unused section?
It's really annoying because
it is annoying, isn't it?
Yeah.
They must be absolute crazy kids to put the unused one in there because, of course, it's not. So it turns out if you right-click your tank again, and if you hover over the counterclockwise one, and right-click that, it goes away.
Oh.
It goes into the unused.
Right.
And if you right-click it again from the unused, it comes back out again.
Oh, that's really handy. So you can basically get what you want.
Yeah, that's where they end up. So we were sitting here complaining because both of us had our clockwise thing go into the unused
Yeah.
for reasons unknown. But it's if you right click them. And so that's what happens. So I spoke to Doug Rimmer, who tirelessly maintains the Vassal mod, and he explained that to me. So thank you, Doug, and well done for not being as completely crazy as we thought you were for putting clockwise tanks in the unused section. But, anyway, well played, Martin, and unlucky Steve on this one. All right, let's move on. All right, so Jason Nichols and Assad Arustam are often playing.
And Jason's
we both haven't played Assad yet. We have to.
Correct. Yes.
To get Assad in on a game.
We'll have to give him a game. Yeah. So Assad is attacking as the Russians, and you can see he's going straight down the left-hand side, or so it would seem.
Yeah.
And Jason Nichols defending as the Germans. Looks like quite a sort of standard defence, similar to a lot of the other players. Yeah.
All right, take it away.
All right, let's go. And they're off. I think they're just doing a little bit of sorting out wrecks, weren't they? Oh, that's very, very strong.
Yeah. This is one of those kind of parade ground manoeuvres when they're all...
It terrifies me when I'm playing somebody and they do this kind of thing. Everything together, all the guns defending everybody else.
Yeah.
Nice. Very, very nice. Okay. So let's see what Jason does. Well, apparently one of them moves.
Oh, they're trying to figure out the walls, I guess.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah. Right. So German. I think that's German moves there. A couple of shots. Dummies.
Oh, human waves.
Oh my word!
Look at this.
I was not expecting. What is it? Get some points for style.
Yeah.
Style here. Right, let's see how this. I'm going to slow it down a little bit so we see how this goes. Oh, that's intimidating, isn't it?
That's a pro vassal move.
That is intimidating. Right, okay. Oh, blimey!
Wow! Oh!
Wow!
Oof.
Wow!
Oof!
Okay.
Okay,
they're in.
Wow, look at this.
It's a thing of beauty, isn't it? It doesn't look like it's gone brilliantly well, but it is a thing of beauty.
Wow. I mean, that's how to dislodge a defender. I mean, that's incredible.
Right, and then the tanks come down. Oh.
Nope.
That's quite a handy place for the anti-tanker.
Yeah.
And he's got unconfirmed kills straight away.
Yeah.
Oh, and the last of the... some of the human waivers broke in final fire.
So what we got here?
Be interesting to see how these. So I'll just quick look at the close combats.
Yeah, the Russians.
All the Germans are broken in AA41. And it looks like there's going to be some fighting in BB40.
But it looks good. It looks good for the Russians here, doesn't it?
I don't know. They've lost a lot. They got a lot of broken stuff out there. A lot of broken stuff.
Oh, Berserk Dice. Restricted edition has gone Berserk.
Yeah. I think the Russians are actually in trouble.
If you go Berserk in the middle of a route, don't you then turn back round again, or do you not route? I suppose you don't in a route phase. I don't suppose you.
I think you just stay.
Tables, yeah.
I presume you just stay where you are.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Actually, this all bubbling over out of the human wave now, out of the close combats. Captured some buildings, but the Germans got quite a lot of firepower. They're kind of a little bit, maybe a little bit boxed in now.
Yeah, if you can get a good rally phase on this.
Yeah. Yeah, and of course, the Germans can like the last game, completely reposition.
Yep.
Because they don't have to watch the other side. Although they just had a few more broken German units.
Yeah. Oh, Russians break there.
Yeah, I think the Russians are struggling really.
But there's not a lot left defending the. Presumably, a lot of these guys here are dummies on the FF.
Presumably. I think he did discover a couple on the way, but yeah. So it's only turn 3. This is probably the most progress on turn 3 that the and we got another melee going there. Mind you, he's got his minus. The German's got the -2 potentially to reinforce it.
I mean, the Germans look like they've hold onto that bit.
One of the most bloody game. This is definitely the most bloody game so far.
No, 9-2 goes to sort
Germans
out.
won it.
The 9-2 has a word.
He has that effect, doesn't he? Tend to.
Yeah.
Main armor malfunctioned on the one remaining tank. Yeah.
But he's got a lot of work to do. Is it? Oh, that's it. Yeah.
That is the end.
The Russians conceded.
It'd be I think so. It'd be really interesting to get Assad's kind of commentary on this because that looked like a really, really interesting game.
Yeah.
And greater minds than mine will say whether the human wave is a good idea or not. But that could have paid off big time. It's a gamble, isn't it?
Yeah.
But for style, excellent.
It was very good. Yeah, style points, absolutely. Well played. Both. Well played, Jason.
Both. Yeah, absolutely.
Nice try, Assad. Yeah, like that. That's very good. So, my game next. My game against Rich Wiley. Rich, a very nice guy. Played him for the first time. Another one of these Australians that's never met another Australian player because they all live 4,000 miles away from each other. I think.
Yes, of course.
I think he does have a few players. But we had a really, really fun game. So my approach was straight down the left-hand side. I thought that when I looked at this, I thought the grain looks far too open. There's no way in the world I can get around that. I think by the end of it, I thought something different. But let's have a look. Let's have a look. So off we go. And down we come.
Oh, finally.
I forgot that this line here, by the way, is completely open too, because it's straight down the middle.
Oh my word! Of course it is
completely open. I thought, oh, that's fine. Anyway, I got a bit lucky on that, I think. And so down came the
got away with it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So a little bit of off-ball movement and
that kind of breaks up the board, doesn't it? So that's interesting.
So on I come.
It's great where the first counter you move, you are only saved by very lucky dice.
Exactly. And you learn something new about the map.
Yeah.
I
see.
Yeah. We're realising that there's no line of sights here. On comes the.
Looks good, Dave, as well. It's also got. Oh, your gun gets revealed straight away.
There. So the gun's on the little little T60.
It's got a few modifiers
straight
there
away,
to hit.
but it's it's like
oh
my word, this isn't going to last long. It's kind of zoomed in on the. So I'm a bit stuck. Like, what am I supposed to do with this? So what would you do with this tank in this position?
I think I would move it because I think it will probably miss the next shot, kind of thing. Right.
So you're starting for one. It's currently poisoning out the gun. Are you going to show it the worst?
Well, you could bypass FF42, couldn't you?
So
you got a turn.
Yeah, I mean, in theory, I wouldn't have to. I could bypass the left-hand side of it.
Yes, you could. You could, yeah.
But I think that's possibly still in line of sight. I mean, we could check it.
I don't think that's in line of sight. Yeah, that won't be in line of sight.
Yeah, no, it's not. Okay, all right. Yeah, so into bypass there. So starting for one into bypass there to get out of line of sight. Yeah. And then presumably around the top of FF42 and then come around. That's not a bad idea. Far smarter than what I would have done. So let's find out what I would have done.
What you actually did do?
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. My other tank sorts out those guys.
Absolutely, yeah. And this tank is relatively safe with the anti-tank gun, I think, isn't it?
Yeah. So What's happening here?
You've got a couple of rout. You've got the Germans to rout a little bit. Rich is having to rout had to rout somebody. And then, you got the big tank out, big boys.
Okay. Yeah. So I want to kind of find that 9-2 and just
kind
of quiet him down with the tank.
A bit of bump him. And of course, we're playing this before the rule changes.
That's right. That's very true.
Mind you, you can't go into bypass freeze with a -2 leader, can you?
No, it's dangerous. Yeah.
Yeah.
So here I'm feeling quite good. So this is. Oh, I do go into bypass.
Good.
Look at me going into bypass.
Look at you.
Look at
Pro
that.
move.
Yeah. Look at that. But I don't go around the top and round the left.
Yeah.
So my approach now is if I get it up and get it to change the covered arc of the gun, that's my plan.
Yeah.
I don't want to turn to the left and show my rear armor. So I do this.
And he blows you up, doesn't he?
Yeah, he kind of. So I've got to there. And we're looking pretty grim.
You're looking good though.
It's
there's the 2. That's 9 -2.
Yeah,
that's the problem, isn't it? 9 -2 just makes the buildings go away.
Yeah.
Well, not quite, but
I know what you mean.
But that was good. You just broke up two squads or squad and a half.
Yeah, I was feeling okay here. So it all hinges on what happens very soon. No. So we kind of we get to the end of the first session, which is now. So my tank dies.
Yeah, tank's gone. Yeah.
So I was like, okay, whatever. But look at this little 247 here, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is a little bit tricky, right? Because my guys here are all broken.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, he can come here, he can sit in CC 46 and he can just fire in there and keep them guys DM'd, and it will creep up to them and they're going to die failure out. That was my thought, right? And this is 3 squads. So I'm trying to work out how I save these 3 squads. So I think what's the worst thing possible.
2 up 2, that's enough to DM, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
So you'll see what happens here. So I'm like, it's crazy because I think I'm doing okay.
Yeah.
I'm not doing great because I think he's in good positions here. I've got a lot of work here to cut out because he's back in strength.
Fair, Rich is he's rallying those units. It's looking worse than it looked a minute ago.
So here comes the T-34 to try and sort it out. So I thought, here's what I'll do. I'll run down. I'll just give him some machine guns. He's open ground.
Yeah.
And then I'll get back up again.
He's going to break, isn't he? And then you're back in the game.
So, of course, no effect on anything here.
Yeah.
And now I'm like, this is all a bit awkward because these guys really need some tank support up here.
Yeah.
To help. They get no joy.
Yeah.
And Rich said after the game that, this is kind of the turning point he felt because the T-34 up in the grill of the guys, giving the 12 up 3s or whatever it would be. Is going to be enough to move those guys along.
Yeah.
Whereas I'm dealing with a half squad that isn't doing anything back here.
Yeah. No, 100%.
So I now finally break them back there.
Yeah. You might have been better off just putting a squad back to stop him approaching.
Yeah. So you can see now,
the strength he's in there now.
Yeah, with a turn and a half to go.
Yeah.
I've stalled. So now the tank coming back is just too slow. The 9-2.
10 -2 is so impactful though, isn't he? Once he's in a good position, surrounded by other squads.
Yeah, I think he's battle hardened. I think that's what's happened there.
Yeah. No, he was a 9-2 anyway, though, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not.
Yeah, and now I'm just running into
and dying. Yeah.
There's a berserk guy here that will help, but
it's getting.
Yeah, I can't do it really.
Yeah. You can't get into those same buildings at all. Apart from
and so I was figuring, okay, I'll just run off. That will be my.
Yeah.
That will be my approach.
But you've only got 2 hexes, haven't you? You can easily lay residual and.
Exactly that. And I mean, look at the welcoming party for these hexes. It's just horrendous.
Yeah.
So I make an attempt.
Yeah, of course.
But
yeah, it looks like you're having a chat about well, you've lost and stuff. Yeah,
so
fantastic.
I mean, was it 2 buildings captured or 1 building captured and no squads off? I think that's a comprehensive defeat, but well played, Rich. Done very well.
Sure, I thought you played well too, though. But yeah, you're just too stuck on especially now when you're right on the edge.
Yep.
Yeah,
exactly.
Fascinating.
And this berserk squad down the bottom here was the kind of the ultimate. This is what happens now. So when you get the, obsessed with that half squad, and I've now ended up having to have berserk squads going down there, and it's all crazy. But anyway, well played, Rich. Done very, very well.
Yeah, well done.
All right. Okay. Dave Maresk, Rob Oller.
So this is Dave Maresk defending as the Germans versus Rob Oller as the Russians. We ought to just say that Tuomo Lucari and Paul Legg couldn't play. I think Tuomo just had some things that made it impossible. So Paul Legg was the winner, but they didn't play.
Okay.
But Tuomo's gone through to the next round. But okay. All right. So here we go then. Let's see what Rob Oller is going to do. Again, very conventional defence, and this looks like another. So this is interesting because he's going for the town, but he's also got some sort of a diversion, if you like, on the other side. Oh, he's broken straight away. It actually looks a little bit. What happened in there?
Yeah.
Okay, there's 3 squads in there.
Is this armoured sorting down the road?
Yeah. Oh, it doesn't look good.
Oh yeah, broke all.
So
broke
all 3 and the leader. Yeah. Facing every unit advancing fire.
Oh, the
92's gone berserk.
No.
It's enough to make you cry, isn't it?
Now, here's an interesting thing here. So, okay, so you've brought the 527 adjacent here.
Yeah.
Now, would you have held back? I suppose that's not terrible because he gets the shot, presumably with wall advantage of the 24. I mean, 24 down 1. Is it going to be down 2? Something like that. I don't know.
Oh yeah, I mean he should get a really good shot against those.
Okay, well, we'll see how that goes. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Here he comes.
There they go.
Okay. Oh, he's rolled an 11. Has he rolled an 11 on the? And then double 6 on a morale check. But that's not. Oh, look at the 12 residual firepower. That's a nice calculator.
I think it looks like the leader's okay, but was there a squad as well?
The squad came with him, I think. Yeah. Oh no, the squad's gone. Yeah.
They're gone. I think. Yeah. Okay, a little bit of repositioning as the Germans. So it's really interesting to see what happens in the close combat.
I think we can tell what's going to happen in the close combat.
See who's going to win in the close combat. That's a leader gone, isn't it?
Yeah.
I would be crying as the Germans to lose an I-2, but I suppose I'd feel a little bit better, knowing that, the Russians, lost that entire platoon at the beginning. Well, not lost. But broken.
I mean, he's lost his machine gun as well there. His medium machine gun's gone. The squad's been taken. Yeah.
He's been captured. Yeah.
It's pretty good, isn't it, firing a captured machine gun? It's like a freebie, isn't it?
It's a good feeling. It's a good feeling, except in night scenarios.
The jitter fire.
Yeah. I think it's a sniper check. It's an instant sniper check, I think. The small tank's got a main armament malfunctioned.
Mm-hmm.
Difficult. I can't work out who's winning here. Oh, right, the gun's suddenly coming out.
The Germans look in good shape here.
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
But okay, maybe not so much now.
Yeah. Yeah, but they're not going to capture buildings there. I suppose they can work towards coming off.
Yeah.
There's the German half squad, obviously off being a bit cheeky at the bottom right.
Yeah, the same one as caused me all the grief.
Yeah. I think careful use cheeky use of half squads is such disconcerting play in ASL, or can be. So this is Allied turn 3. Okay, so I think we got some guys back from the bottom. Bit of prep firing, a bit of movement. More Germans broken.
It's looking tough for the Russians, isn't it?
It is really. It's a solid front line in the village.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they're working their way through.
They are working their way through. Yeah.
But I can't see the Russians doing this.
No, I can't see them winning it now. So where are we?
Interesting prep firing there from the Germans. Maybe that's a little bit risky.
Yeah.
Maybe there's
instead of skulking.
Yeah. I mean, I know there's not a lot of spots they can really skulk from, especially with that 9-1 on the road.
Yeah.
It kind of prevents a lot of the skulking opportunities. So
that's true. But they seem to have got away with it. Oh, we haven't had defensive fire yet, though, have we?
Yeah, no, I think.
Oh no, we have. Yeah, we have. Yeah.
It's going to be a big turn for the Russians now.
Turn 4. Yeah, they got to move, haven't they? They got to take chances, and they might get off.
Yeah, through the middle. Through the middle is the.
Yeah. There doesn't seem to be anything.
Yeah. Suddenly it's opened up there.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the advantage of being a bit more flexible about where you're coming and attacking from.
Yeah.
Yeah, look at this.
Look at advance. Yeah, they're on the cusp of getting off. German turn.
What's the number of points they need to get off? Do you remember?
So Russians will just game and so each single hexstone building is worth only 10. In addition, the Russian receives EVP for good order infantry and non-crew exited off the north edge, so 10. But they've already got. Have they got a building? They haven't, have they?
No, I don't think so.
So they'd have to have done. They've just lost 2 squads.
Yeah.
That broke, and the leader's wounded. The 9-1 leader's wounded as well.
Right.
So I think that might spell.
Yeah, because you got 3. Yeah.
Yeah, that's going to spell a lot of trouble for them. They've only got 6 points. And the leader could get off though. 7 points. Yeah, they got a lot of work to do though.
Yeah, it did look good for a minute there, didn't it?
It did, yeah. I think that could have happened, yeah. Yeah, no, they're in real trouble now.
Yeah, you can route forward, I suppose.
So
the game over here.
It's good order, isn't it? You can't route off the board.
No, but you can just get off, and then hopefully, if you can run it. But what I don't feel so bad about my game now because the Russians had a similar outcome there. Is that all the scenarios?
No, we still got one more. Mike Grogan and Richard Webb.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But that was interesting because that didn't look like the Russians could win, and suddenly they could.
Absolutely. Yeah. Exactly that. Exactly. Yeah. All right. Okay. Let's take a look at. Okay. Mike Grogan, Richard Webb. We've started it.
Yeah. I think we might have missed. I think they failed to begin the log file and for the first few moves.
Okay.
It doesn't look like it. We've missed a lot.
Right.
So we are. Mike Grogan's the defending Germans, and Richard Webb is attacking as the Russians. And so far, not much action.
No.
Just movement forward.
Yeah, very spread out defence from the Germans.
Very spread out. Yeah.
Nice wide attack.
Yeah. Here come the tanks, or the second tank.
So we've not had many Russian wins, have we?
So I can tell you exactly. Tom Rapetti won as the Russians. And actually that was the only win as the Russians, apart from this game, which we don't know the results of yet. Well, I do.
I don't know the result of this one.
You don't know the result of it, no. Broke, we're going to residual.
Yeah.
It's often so tempting, isn't it? And then never pays off. Okay, Russian advances. It kind of looks quite intimidating, actually.
Yep. Yeah.
Germans doing a little bit of running away.
Oh, yeah.
Very wide. Oh, they still broke.
think that was a critical from the tank, I think.
Oh, wow. Yes, that's...
Germans giving up a lot of ground there, aren't they? They're
yes,
they're allowing the Russians to...
Yeah.
Oh,
there's the anti-tank gun, and it can take this, can't it?
Yeah.
As you know. Mind you, he's gone straight in there.
Oh, 6 on the... 6 the morale check. Oh.
I mean...
Yeah, that's one way to deal with it.
That's right. Yeah. It hurts when you roll like that.
Yeah.
And you know, this looks like it's quite a strong attack. A couple of Russians just broke, but quite strong at the moment, working its way through. Yeah, nice. All right, Germans advancing fire.
Yeah, that Russian squad on the right-hand side is a little bit stuck. There might be 2 dummies defending that area, but it's a little bit of a nasty. This is what I was worried about coming up that right-hand side.
Yeah. The one thing I'd say for him is if there are real units on the right-hand side, he is preventing them from moving across, isn't he?
Right.
I guess. But yeah, they might be dummies.
Yeah.
The Germans got some broken units. Look at the advances there. Looks strong.
Yeah, turn 2 as well. I mean, this is
very
good.
Yeah.
Very strong from Russians.
Yeah. Okay, so... Okay, Germans have moved back.
Very strong in the centre.
Perfectly possible to win from here, though.
Yeah.
Okay, final fire. So we're looking for routes. I suppose we're looking for German advances.
Look like the Russians have broken that squad.
They are break. Mike hasn't had a lot of
sniper.
luck,
The sniper got him.
Oh right, yeah, okay. Oh yeah, well. So yeah, he's having to give ground now, isn't he? Because he's not in a lot of strength there. Russians coming. Yeah, that's the 9-2, isn't it? Breaking those Russians.
Yeah.
Doing a lot of work. Tanks are doing a good job. Okay. Allied, this is the Allied advances.
Well, it looks good for the Russians. Looks good.
It looks very good for the Russians, yeah. Mind you, I think the Russians won the close combat.
Yeah, the German squads in the middle here aren't able to contribute as much as they'd like to.
Yeah, exactly. They're just a little bit too far away, aren't they?
Yeah, really impressive from the Russians up there.
Yeah.
But it is that last few hexes, so that's the challenge, isn't it? They are defendable.
Exactly.
I think I was talking about this scenario to Rich and saying one of the things that challenges of this is that the bald edge gives it a little bit of an artificial feel because you've got this completely guarded one side where you know you're only ever going to get attacks from one side. But okay.
Am I right that they need more than the build? They can't just capture the buildings.
Yeah, I think there's only
is it? Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So is that 4 points that one's worth? So
1, 2, so they're nearly 6, there, but not quite.
7, 8, 9, yeah.
So they have got to get something off.
Yes.
Yeah, and it becomes like a sort of almost a game of football, isn't it? Like soccer, as some people might call it.
Yeah.
You just got to get over that line, haven't you? Yep. You've just got to get the ball over, and everyone's going to try and stop you doing it.
Yes.
It looks like he's going to get through, though.
He's pinned there, but
yeah. So it's not the Allies' last turn.
Right.
more broken units. It's actually quite close. It's actually quite an exciting game.
Yeah.
Oh, Germans encircled. Okay. German, that's advances, right? They advance into the close combats. I think you might have put a squad off as well.
I think
did
he go off? Or did he jump
I think that's the 447. I think came off.
Right, okay, out there. Right, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, they win the close
hand
combat.
to hand. Oh, look, all the Germans died, and then you got the melee in the other one.
All right, these guys are going to be able to run off.
Yeah.
9-2 gets.
And essentially the Russians have all the buildings now, haven't they? But there's lots of broken Russians. I suppose the Germans could reclaim. But no, most of the Germans are broken now. I think that's the end of the game. Yeah.
Yeah, Russian win presumably.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Well played, Rich. That was nice. Yeah, good game.
Yeah,
that was nice to see it end on a Russian win, because it did feel very tough on the Russians. But I always think that when I lose, so it's hard to give.
I mean, to be fair, people's feedback was that they felt it was quite balanced. I think for the most part.
Yep.
If in a strict count, but it's just 8 playings, isn't it? In strict count, two wins for the Russians versus 6 losses. Doesn't say, but it's only you only need one more game to change, don't you?
Right.
So it's because it's seven games we had.
Against that, I would say that the Russian losses, they weren't close to winning. Like the ones that I my game, it wasn't like only missed by 1 point. Therefore,
Yeah. True. Yeah.
So
it'd be interesting to see how that one builds up over time on the archive and stuff.
Yeah, so I don't know if it's been released yet. So one of the challenges here would be how would you change it? Personally, I think they need another T-34 or something like that. It'll be that kind of a change, like quite a significant,
quite a big change, isn't it?
Yeah, but I mean, I was terrible in my game, so I needed an extra one. But,
I mean, I suppose one of our winners bracket. It was a Russian win.
Yes.
And the other was a German win. So I mean, if it's not a very good way of saying it, but if we could assume that the cream is floating to the top, sort of well balanced, well matched, good players, it was completely even.
That's a fair.
That's one way of looking at it.
Yeah, thanks, Martin.
But there's lots of good players who weren't in the semi-final, I suppose.
Yeah, no, I think that's all very, very reasonable. Thank you again, Pete, for letting us playtest this one. We hope that some of the players are giving you some good feedback, and you can do with that whatever you want to. If this appeared as it was in a journal or whatever, I would have been happy with it as a scenario.
Yeah, absolutely.
The older I get, the less I care about balance, to be honest with you. So, and I didn't care about it very much when I was a young whippersnapper. So, I'm not fussed. Good scenario, and I think it's more about how enjoyable is a scenario to play for me. That's much more important, which is interesting as well, because I was following some discussions about the Agony of Doom, which was always famously one of the worst balanced scenarios from, I think, Avalon Hill's days, and then MMP. And I think MMP have tried to rebalance it once, if not twice, and it's still a little bit pro, whatever it was, the pro. I don't know. But I noticed that someone has actually redone it. And I think years ago, someone had come up with a different version of it, but with different maps. So pretty much the same scenario, but played it with different maps and found it just as fun, just as enjoyable. So this is the great thing about ASL, I think, in that you can, because no one does DYO, do they? No one does that kind of side of things. If you have fun playing a scenario, that's the most important thing. And whether a scenario is unbalanced or not, if it's fun at this point in our careers, I think that's the most important thing.
Yes. I mean, I think the only reason that, well, obviously balance matters if you're running a tournament, I suppose. The only other reason it matters is because obviously it's more fun if both of you look like you might be able to win right up towards the end. People say, it was the last close combat roll or whatever that decided it. I mean, it has to be a last roll, doesn't it? But anyway, like at the very, very end of the game, literally the last combat that's being fought, that's that's a good game. Is you've had a good game that's been enjoyable because it's been competitive to the end, and that's the only reason I would say that balance matters. Other than in a tournament scenario, like kind of like life. I actually forget. Like, I sometimes think I won games I lost because if it was on that last close combat, I just kind of count it as a win, really.
Yeah.
You know, I kind of got there. If I, I've got to roll 6 or less to win or whatever, and I roll a 7. I mean, I can't say that's not been a good game. Yeah,
it's very much like losing on penalties in a World Cup final.
Yeah, it's exactly like that. Yeah.
When you feel like you've done everything. Yeah, no, that's very true. Very, very true. And it's interesting to talk about that because we played. So the next one that we'll show, we'll do the final in the next video because we've got that result in. But we also played a Rudy Snow. I've forgotten the guy's name. Rudy. I want to say.
I've got it in front of me. Rudy Marmaro.
So Rudy kindly let us put his scenarios up on the scenario archive. So there's a section where he sent his over, and we said we would play one, and we've got one to play to show for next time. And my skill at looking at scenarios isn't particularly good. I can't look at a scenario and think, oh, that looks pro one side or the other. But with the scenario that Rudy suggested we played, I took a look at it and said, well, this looks really quite tough on the Germans. And you were more than happy to take the Germans. You kind of volunteered, and you made a good stab at it. But it's interesting that when we're having a good time and we know that the scenario it doesn't feel necessarily balanced. It was still fun, wasn't it?
It was still enjoyable. Yeah, it was still fun.
Yeah,
I agree.
But we'll do that one next time without spoiling the result, of course, because who would do that. We've got the so now Ian's not been all that well, has Ian Willie, who does our dioramas.
So I'm not sure. So he may or may not. It may be that we don't have a diorama. I'm not sure.
All right.
At the moment,
we will figure out a prize when we get there, depending on who wins and what they have, and everything.
Yeah.
I mean, there's nothing that Tom Rapetti needs or wants in an ASL world, I can imagine. I mean, he's got the adornment of fans and everything. So, and Tim Reed. Well, I mean, I think Tim won it last year. So. We'll have a challenge figuring out what to.
He's probably got a whole room for his trophies.
I don't even know. I sent him some stuff. I don't remember if it's got there yet or not. I have to check. I did send it to him, but we'll have to find out at some point. But we'll do that. Anyway, Martin. Other than that, good to see you again.
Yeah, you too.
Anything else on your side?
I think we've covered everything. Oh, I will say the best player in Wales, Alex Ashton, is actually coming on. He's becoming quite a good player, almost as good as some of the worst players in England now, I would say. Alex, joking aside, I've been playing Alex a little bit, and he's been doing very well.
Alex, I don't know if we mentioned this last time. So we went to the tournament. Alex beat me on brush off. I think I mentioned
he beat me in the next game that I played with him as well. So he's getting a little bit above himself.
Okay, I'll have to play right-handed next time against him. We'll show him how to really roll dice. Excellent. Well, that's good. That was all down to your tutorage. So well done, you.
And it's good to see somebody new. Or new. I mean, to be fair, he's been around a couple of years, but he doesn't get to play very often. So it still feels a bit like he's new to the hobby. Yeah. And it's there aren't many of those coming along, is there? Not that many people. We did get a young Scottish guy come along to the last tournament, didn't we? Was it Scott? Was that his name? Yeah. He seemed like a very pleasant guy.
Yep.
And bizarrely, seems to enjoy hanging out with older blokes playing ASL. So that's good news.
He was a really, really nice guy. Yeah, one of these people. I think he was the brother-in-law of one of the Scottish guys that plays. I think that's
he is. Yes.
And what a really nice guy. Just a guy that just smiles warmly at you.
Yeah.
And there's no. Yeah, he was really really nice guy. Yeah. I think thrash him later on and take that smile off his face.
Well, actually, he won an award for good gamesmanship, didn't he? Because he concede a game because of some. I can't remember the details. He did something
They
very
messed
honourable.
something up or something. Yeah, they did something.
Yeah.
And I was going to talk about this a couple of episodes. Okay, you give me something to talk about for 5 minutes. So I learned about this, talking about gamesmanship, about the Warhammer stories. So I'm not going. I had all the details now. Now I'm hazy with them all, so I'm not going to get this right. But 10 years ago, let's say, there was a game where two players were playing, and there's something like a rule where if you call in your reinforcements or something, it's basically the end of the phase and you can't do something else. And these two players were playing, and one of them said, "Oh, you've got to do X, Y, Z or something," and he jumped ahead of the phase because they knew what was going on. And then he said, "Oh, you can't go back," and so there was a bit of a hoo-ha about it. And the player who had this against him just accepted it and was very gracious about being like, okay, fine, whatever. And then later on in the next game, this player who'd been quite strict, I have to get the proper story because it's probably a good story worth retelling properly, but who was very strict, then had the tables turned on him and was like, was basically something even more basic that they all do, like if you didn't rally your guy or something, whatever it was.
In the right order, that kind of thing.
But it was something even pickier than that. So maybe even something like he rallied someone, and it's not ASL, but the equivalent of someone rallying someone and then trying to repair a machine gun on the other side of the game. Obviously makes no difference. And I think it was something like that in Warhammer. And so the guy said, no, you're not doing that because last round I saw what you did to this guy. And then because this guy had the guy who had been gamesmanship against, if you like, he was like the victim in this at the start. He won a sportsmanship award, and they have like this kind of special thing. But what happened, they said, the response to that was that most Warhammer players now are so conscious of making sure to be flexible about each other's turn order. We know we've talked about this before about two men against a rule book, two players against a rule book for ASL. In that Warhammer now is really played, they say, at competitive level in that spirit, where it's like, let's talk through how we're going to get this. And it's very, very rare now to get anybody doing anything other than, and I think that's to some extent ASL as well. But it was nice to see that there was, and it's, you can find this story online. It's quite a well-known story in the Warhammer circles. But it's nice to see, A, that they've had this problem in the past, and B, they've got players that have, stuck to a little bit too rigidly to game each other. And that they recognise the sportsmanship of a player. And that the other story that has done the rounds before and now has happened in the last Bound in Fire, I think was Ray and his opponent were playing. And Ray said, like, after the first 3 turns or so, through 3 phases or something, his opponent had like critical hit followed by double 1 here and 2-1 here and, whatever it was. Didn't roll more than a 4. On like his first 2 turns or something, and was basically wiped off the board. And Ray picked up the dice and was like, my God, I've got to get a pair of these. These are amazing dice.
Yes.
And then he realised that they were reading the pips instead of the numbers, and it was I don't know if it was a berserk dice or something. It was a die that only had 1, 2, and 3 on it, because the real numbers were there, but they only had the pips or something, and they were counting the pips, not the numbers. Yeah, that was quite funny thing, but it happens.
Madness. Yeah. So so this situation? So let's say it's the rally phase, and I've got a light machine gun, and I should rally that first, and then I've got an attempt to another squad in another part of the field not connected, and I'm excited about the rally, so I go for the rally first, and then I remember the gun. So I know what the rule is. I know the rule is that you should do it in a particular sequence, and in a sense, I shouldn't go back. But you would argue, I guess, and I think I'd argue that as long as there's no connection between them, as long as it doesn't make any difference, you'd let somebody rally that light or try to repair that light machine gun.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Do you think some people wouldn't? I'm not sure what the. Most games you play are quite friendlily done, aren't they?
Yeah. I mean, there have been times where in tournaments there have been people that have not set up reinforcements and rolled the wind. And it's been like it's been a bit of a sticking point. But I think the hobby's too small to be doing that kind of stuff with anybody. And you can't be doing that. You can't. So I've never heard of someone refusing. I guarantee there'll be a story out there somewhere.
Yeah, of course there will. Yeah.
Refusing to repair a machine gun.
I am sort of into it. So, because if somebody said that to me, I think you can't complain, can you? Because they're right. They're just asking you to play by the rules as they are. But the thing is, two men, usually men, have sat down together to have an enjoyable game, whether it's the final of a tournament or whether it's a friendly game. And if you still sit down and you go, right, let's see what the wind is, and then you go to set up your reinforcements, and someone goes, no, sorry, you've got to forfeit all of those. That seems pretty harsh, doesn't it?
Yeah, I don't think that would properly happen, even in, especially in like a final, I think, but I mean, what we've talked about this before as well, but what level would you not? Because we're very laid back, okay?
Yeah.
So at what point would you say no to someone, or would you never say no to anybody for wanting to call back? Like even a turn later, we've played where you and I have forgotten to move reinforcements on a turn later. Yeah. Bring them on.
I think that would normally that's too big, isn't it? But the thing is, we've mucked up the whole game. It's not going to be an enjoyable game, isn't it? It's not going to leave either of us with a nice feeling at the end. I think, where that thing where you're in the prep fire phase, and you've taken some prep fire shots, and then you realise that you haven't tried to repair the medium machine gun. What I always feel is, well, you obviously meant to. That's my kind of feeling. I think it's different if something's happened which they would have done differently had they rallied the machine gun, kind of thing. So smoke, for example. Smoke, it's where people tend to be a bit more strict on firing smoke first. For that reason, because
often the smoke placement. Sorry to interrupt. The smoke placement is often not related to the prep fire in a different part of the board.
True, but the gun's fired. It's got prep fire marker on it. There's all sorts of things that have therefore happened, which affect the plan and the moves, the subsequent moves. So I think you got to play a little bit by ear, don't you?
Yeah. Do you give any more forgiveness if, for example, like I've definitely had a game where I have forgotten to, I'm going to say advance, but it may have been advancing fire a unit because they were under a funny count, and I can't remember if it was maybe it was a possessed weapon or something like that. I don't know, like a captured weapon. Yeah. And I've forgotten to do something with them, thinking that they're the opponent's piece or they're just not there or whatever. Do you give more forgiveness to something like that as opposed to the idea of just forgetting or getting it out of the wrong order, or does it not make a difference to you?
I don't. I know. I think I probably don't think it through carefully. Like I kind of lean towards, if somebody asks, letting them do it.
Yeah. No, I agree. I agree.
I think that's the thing. Yeah.
I'd love to know how far I can push it with you. So, like, I'm trying to think of for example,
rolling 11 and then go, do you know what? I was just playing with the dice and rolling it again.
We have both played against someone, I think, that has double clicked a morale check, and because they've both been low, has accepted for like on a stack of 2, and has been like, oh, that's fine. And if it's 2 high rolls, or the second one's a high roll, has been like, oh, that one wasn't. That was an accident. That was a double click. Now let's do the real one. And I haven't stopped them. I've been like, oh, sorry.
I'd 100% take somebody's word, even if in the back of my mind I doubt it. Yeah, they say it. They've said it. It's true. Yeah.
It's funny. We're too nice. We're too British. That's what it is.
So I mean, I talked to Ian Bishop about this when he came over to Blackpool, and
Jim
we
Bishop.
both agreed. I'm so sorry. It's because I was at school with someone called Ian Bishop. Jim Bishop, of course, Jim Bishop. And they're nothing like each other, Ian and Jim. Anyway, we both agreed that nobody had ever once in our entire ASL careers asked to see our hit lists where we'd written down our hits. Not once, not a single time.
Yeah.
And that's great, isn't it? It's fine. I mean, I sometimes put it on the table, actually. I just turn it over.
Joe Arthur used to do that. He used to have a little box and he'd put his hip units in the box. Because that's the other thing, right? You could ask me where my hips are, and I could be like, "Oh, shall I show you this set or this set?"
Yeah, 100%. Of course you could. Yeah.
So Joe was right in that you had to put them in the box, sealed.
Yeah, I see why he's doing that. Yeah, and of course you can do delayed notes on Vassal, can't you?
That's right. Yeah,
which we never ever do.
No.
Yeah.
No, exactly. And sometimes I think on the last game we played in Blackpool, I did show you because I messed one up. That's an interesting one as well. I messed up a unit. You were more than happy. You see, this is a good example of your relaxedness and everything. So I had to set up units within 9 hexes of a particular hex, and I put it 10 hexes. And as I was trying to count, I'd realised I'd put it in 10, and it was kind of an important piece. It was like an anti-tank gun, and you were like, "We'll just put it 1 hex in, just." So I kind of put it on the board unconcealed, destroyed 3 tanks with it, and then it was unhappy that it died.
Yeah,
but
Well, I hope people will put something in the comments about what their views are. I mean, to be fair, I used to play Trevor Edwards. Trevor Edwards was a real stickler of the rules. I never once felt that he was too ridiculously over the top. You know, you kind of knew that, you knew what you got. You know, knew Trev was going to hold you to the rules, and it worked fine. You know,
we've talked about this, haven't we? We've talked about we should play a game where we will give each other no leeway.
Let's do it.
It's not much fun.
Yeah.
But really strict.
Sorry, it won't be fun if one of us forgets to place their reinforcements before they take the win roll. Because all you can really do with that is like restart. Is go, okay, fair enough, I lost. Right, I concede. Let's start again.
Well, wait, I'm going to log it first. I'm going to put it in the archive. Okay, all right.
Brilliant.
Good stuff. Anyway, well played, everybody. Well played, and good luck to the 2 guys in the final. We'll see how they get on next week.
Yes.
Tim and Tomo. Until then, I guess we will catch each other very soon. We've got games to play. We've got the one that we've already done, the Rudy scenario, and I think we have one other one that we haven't shown as well that we're going to get around to.
Oh, maybe. I think you might be right, actually. Yeah, I can't remember what it was. Yeah,
nor can I. But we will get to it. So there's plenty of games to show. So next week we'll be back with the final, and we'll figure out, because like I say, Ian's not been very well, so we'll figure out a prize and everything for the winner. Take care, guys. Thanks again for all your patronage. We really appreciate it, and keep on enjoying ASL, and see you again next week. Take care.
Take care, everybody. Bye bye.
Bye bye.